Hey guys, so I just want to talk to you about acclimation weeks or kind of base weeks, weeks where you're not going kind of balls to the wall. You're letting your body get used to the training stimulus. So similar to the fact that when you go into, say, a sauna, at first it's like, wow, it's really, really hot in here. And then after like 5 minutes, you're like, it's not too bad. Then you kind of get used to it and you're all right. And then you have to get out. There's a point at which you just have to get out. And it's very similar to kind of your training blocks. So here's my second week. I'm not going balls to the wall. I'm not hitting 1 rep till failure. I'm not going to failure. I'm 2 reps in reserve. That means I'm leaving stuff in the tank. I'm leaving stuff on the bar, which is fine. Because if you've got a 4 to 5 week cycle, mesocycle, as I have here, then if you're going to go to balls to the wall in week 1, what are you going to do in week 2? What are you going to do in week 3? You're going to keep going balls to the wall, and you're going to end up having to get out of that sauna really quick. Whereas if you just let yourself acclimatise to it, you just get warm, you get used to it, you get comfortable, and then you slowly build it up, then get out, deload, then you'll come out stronger. So that's just what I wanted to talk about.
Hey guys, I just want to do a video quickly for you guys. I've just got back from the gym and just finished my first block of a strength block. And it made me realise something. I am awful at this. I think a lot of people are awful at this. We want to do everything at once. So typically the story is guys or girls want to lose fat and gain muscle at the same time, which for the majority of people is very, very difficult. It's just one of those things. They kind of go against one another. One really needs a calorie surplus, the other one really needs a calorie deficit. So they kind of counter against one another. Obviously there's ways you can do it, but it's very, very hard. Most people can't do it. So this is the same thing with kind of gaining muscle and gaining strength. They're not completely separate things. Obviously they come into one another, but they are quite counter to one another. One requires heavy lifting, low volumes. Typically it's going to be low volume. The other one is higher volumes, lighter weights. Light weights aren't great at building strength, and heavy weights aren't great at building muscle. They both can, but they're not primed for one another. So in my first week of the strength block, I was like, I know what I can do. I love bodybuilding, I love powerlifting, I'm gonna get strong big at once. I am going to lift really heavy for the majority of my movements in my strength block, because it's a strength block. So that's things like 6 to 3 reps. And then I'm gonna finish up with a load of pump work, isolation work to bring up that volume, get that extra work in. And it's just isolation work, so it's not going to tire me out that much. I was wrong. So that first week, my sessions were taking me ages. I felt knackered. I was doing a squat and then going into a leg extension. And then a couple of days later, I'd be squatting again. And you wouldn't be surprised that my quads were very tired. And I'm not going to be gaining very much strength in my strength block if my legs are tired and fatigued because of all the extra hypertrophy work I'm trying to do. But my hypertrophy work isn't going to be all that great because I'm not doing as much volume as I could do if I was focusing on higher reps on my squat. So this is why block periodization comes in, so you can focus on hypertrophy, you can focus on strength, and you don't try and attack every little thing at once. So that's kind of what I'm here to talk to you about, and that's why we have block periodization, and I think it's a very effective way to periodize, and that's what I want to talk to you about. So a good example is, if you're trying to revise for an exam, do you watch TV at the same time? Are you going to really get much of your book read and really take much in? You might kind of learn maybe 20% of what you're trying to read, and you might take in maybe kind of 20% of the show. So you're losing a load of percentage there. There's like 60% that's just lost because you're confused between trying to laugh at the TV and read what's in your book. Whereas if you're concentrating, no TV on, just concentrating on reading that book, probably 80% of what you're reading is going right in. You're going to learn quick, you're going to revise, you're going to do better in the exam, you're going to perform better. And then you can leave that to a side, go and watch TV, go and enjoy the show, and really enjoy both aspects and progress better, rather than kind of trying to attack both things at once. It's just like fat loss and muscle gain. You're better and you're going to streamline your results by focusing on one, then the other. So it's like blocking out periods of time to focus on one thing. So at the moment, I'm going to realign my training, do what I do with my clients, and focus on one aspect, because you have to be specific, and that's one major principle in training. and in life in general. So that's just a bit of a rant I want to share with you. If you've got any kind of ideas, thoughts, you want to pop them in the comments below, please do. I've got articles even on this, phase potentiation, periodization on my website, revivestronger.com. Just click up and there's articles, brilliant articles, and yeah, Revive Stronger, guys. Talk to you soon.
So for New Year's, I actually went to Wales with my girlfriend and some of her friends, and it was actually really nice. Although wet and windy, it was really nice to just escape to the countryside, as you can see, getting her to make an appearance there, my girlfriend, and had a fantastic time just chilling out and actually switching off from social media a little bit. Not having my laptop, stopping myself doing work, really just helped me switch off and feel good, and just getting out and doing some kind of active walking and things like that, and just getting some fresh air and kind of just reinvigorating yourself. And I hope this Christmas period did the same for you. You feel rejuvenated and kind of empowered and motivated to push on, and you feel good and recovered. That's how I feel, and I'm looking forward to this next year. So cheers, guys. So I'm trying something new that I've never done before, and this is inspired by Mike DeShurda of the RTS. And this is form videos my clients have sent in over the week or recent weeks. So this is Ash Doe, and he is barbell high bar back squatting. He's not a powerlifter, he's not a bodybuilder, he's just a general gym guy who's looking to get fit and healthy. So I was impressed here by his dorsiflexion, and actually it's a really good back squat. Very safe, very efficient. I have no problems with this at all. Heels are kept on the ground, bar path looks nice from this angle, knees tracking over the toes it looks like, so absolutely spot on. The only concern I have was that this was meant to be an RP 8 to 9 and that looked like an RP 7, so he needs to work on pushing a bit harder there. So next up we're going to be looking at Ash's bench press. So we may have a similar case where he needed to push a bit harder, but we'll have a look. So overall I think he's not tight enough from setup. I'd like to see him get a bit tighter. Overall it looks light, it looks comfortable and easy. On the descent I really would like to see those elbows tuck in. So that's a real powerlifter thing, but those elbows are flaring a bit too much for my liking, putting a bit too much pressure on the shoulder. So tucking is my main concern for his bench press there. So next up is again Ash's deficit deadlifts that we've got him doing. And my main concern with these was the fact that already you can see he's started the bar too far away from him. So when you're doing a deadlift, you really want a conventional deadlift. You want the bar to split your foot in two. You want it to be close enough so that the bar can move in a straight line up and down. And as you can see, the bar's coming forward in front of Ash towards the front of his toes, and then he's coming back. His actual back doesn't look bad. His lower back's nice and flat. It's just his upper back slightly rounding. So Ash really needs to just work on getting that bar closer, getting his hips a bit lower, and overall just getting a bit tighter in that movement. So our next video is Ian Harris. So this video, I actually had another angle already and I could see a bit more, but from this angle, which isn't the best, but you can see everything looks about right on these, I said that it looks like his toes are pointing straight forward rather than kind of slightly angling out. And I think having them angled out with a sumo deadlift will allow him to open up more at the groin and really sit back into it more. That will increase his torque and hopefully not increase the range of motion so much so that it causes an issue. I also noted that he's wearing these Nike Frees rather than usually he wears Converse or something with a hard sole, which these aren't ideal. But you can see he did push that to a good RPE, probably close to an 8 or a 9 on that one. So this is Blair. Blair is a natural bodybuilding client. So this is actually he's only a month in, and these are his deadlifts. So I liked his setup, and I liked actually this overall was a really good deadlift and a really good set. My concern here, as you might already be shouting at the screen, is that he wasn't coming to a dead stop between reps. He's bouncing there, and when you're doing that, you're much more likely to risk injury. So we're getting him to reset, keep everything the same, but reset at the bottom of each rep. Next up is Chris Jansen. So Chris Jansen is a real long-term client of mine, and he is just coming for a peak for a powerlifting competition. So we're getting up to work to heavy singles before then doing drop-down sets after. And overall was really happy with that squat. So well done, Chris. So it's been quite a long time since I've done a proper video on here, and the basics of it is I'm really busy. Got so much going on at the moment. I've got a lot of online clients, kind of coming to a saturation point with those. I've got group coaching going on at the moment, and just it's been busy Christmas time, but I am making it kind of a New Year's resolution to make sure I'm getting out some quality content to you guys. Today's video is kind of an example of what sort of angle I'm looking for. Some of the lifting I've been doing, going over a general topic, training based normally. I in future would like to get some more kind of footage of what I'm eating day to day, and that might even be put into a separate video. I'd like some feedback on that, and also what would your feedback be on my clients' videos being in there? Would you like to see those? How I'm critiquing their form and things like that. Obviously it all goes quite quick. I normally go over those client kind of form videos over and over again, but I imagine that gets quite tiresome for you guys. So I have already critiqued them. I've gone back to the client, and then I'm going over it and debriefing you guys and how that went about, and you can always look back and see what happened there. But yeah, overall, just looking to get my YouTube game up because I realize I've really let it slide, and I want to get these videos out to you. It's just finding the time, and I would appreciate any feedback you guys have for me. Cheers for watching, cheers for supporting. If you don't know, my blog is revivestronger.com. I generally get an article out every week. These are high quality articles. I put a lot of time and effort into these, so please check out revivestronger.com. And you can also, I have a free Facebook group, which is, I think, Revive Stronger free fitness discussion and support. If you want to join that, please do. So I'll leave it there, and Revive Stronger, guys. Cheers.